Hey gang, Anne Marie here. Thank you for coming to visit us on the Sandwich Generation. I am a certified senior advisor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and my actual job is to help you find senior living options. Sometimes I talk to people and they say, we're not ready yet. They don't want to go tour or look at places because they're not ready yet. And I want to tell you that you need to think about these things sooner than later, and you need to look with your eyeballs sooner than later, even if your loved one is not ready yet. And that's fine. Just so you know, that's about how everyone works. It is a process. It usually takes months or even years, depending on how sick or well your loved one is. But it's kind of absurd, if you think about it, to not plan ahead for these things because they cost money. And you need to know what that money is. You need to know what's available in your area and what actually can work for you and not. There are lots of things in senior living that actually mimic the same situations you're going through with your kids going to college or even preschool or things like that. And just like you would not want to wait till the end moment to say, oh gosh, I need preschool tomorrow. You don't want to do that with senior living either. You need to plan ahead. And I know it's going to take you a long time to get these things going, unless you're in an emergency situation and we place someone within a week. But generally speaking, that doesn't happen. And you need to prepare for what these things are doing. You need to know. So when you think about let's wait until they need it, that doesn't make sense, because in everything else in your life, you tend to plan ahead. Even if you're a procrastinator, you still have an inkling. You'll still go online and see how much things are. You'll still go and research it, even if you research it for the next year and don't buy it until then. You still have an idea of where you're going. When you speak to someone with me, like at Ruby Care, we are a boutique concierge level of service situation. We're not like the big guys. You call them and they're going to give your contact information to absolutely everyone. Your phone will ring so much you will want to change your number, and I know people who have. But if you just talk to us, we're going to protect your privacy. We're going to be the buffer between you and the communities. And so you're only going to have to talk to me or one of my cohorts. And it's so much easier that way. It's such a more peaceful way to go. And because I am a certified senior advisor, I can advise you on all the things, not just where to move. And so it's important for you to have someone that you can call and say, hey, mom's hopping out of the hospital and we need a rehab. They gave me this list. Where are we going? Well, I know all those places around me, and so do all my people at Ruby Care. And so we can help you with those things. I can help listen to you. Sometimes you just need to vent because it's a stressful situation to have seniors in your life and you're worried about them and you love them so much and you watch them struggle and it's painful. And you need to know what is normal. Is it normal for mom and dad to be doing these things? And if it is, how do I get through that? But the biggest factor I would say is if you're considering ever a move to senior living, let's go out and look. I'll even go with you and hold your hand and, be that buffer in person with the communities. But if not, if you want to go by yourself or a girlfriend or your cousin or whatever, I'll just set them up for you and you can just go. But it's important to see what's out there. It's also important to get an idea in your head. A lot of people start talking to their loved one about senior living and they immediately shut it down and say, you're not putting me in a home. I am not going to a nursing home. And that is the view that people have of senior living. We've talked about it before. But at the same time, we also have a different view of what senior living is. We all wonder, unless you grew up in one like I did, you wonder, what is that? Is it the fate worse than death they're thinking about? What is it all about? And if you're even talking to your loved ones about senior living in any form or fashion, wouldn't it be better to be educated so when they do say things like, I'm not moving to a home, you can say, they're not like that. They're like this. I've even seen one. I went with a friend of mine to go look for her family, and it was really remarkable. That makes you better educated to talk to your loved one about what you saw, what it's all about, what it's going to cost, all of those things. And so it's super important to be educated. And I cannot encourage you enough to just go look with your eyeballs and see what it's all about, because it's not nearly as scary as even you're making it. And it's definitely not as scary as your parents are making it. So work with me. Let's go talk about it. Even if you aren't talking but from a year from now, wouldn't it be nice to have someone you could text and say, hey, mom's doing this thing. What happened? What do I do next? I can just shoot that to you and tell you what to do next. Here's information. Here's resources for it that I know and trust, because that's what I do in my job, is learn and know all these people so you don't have to. So let's talk soon. Let's go out and tour and see what's what. The weather's cooling off. It's going to be great to do that, and we can get it done, and you'll feel so much better. I'm glad you watched today. Please like and share and subscribe to the videos. That really helps the channel. But I want you to share these with others, because you never know who's sitting in your shoes quietly stressing out in the dark. So let's help everybody, and I will especially help you. Until next time.